Hello everybody, welcome back to the Painscreek Killings. You need to stop shaking that. I get excited. If you're watching the screen, it's probably not a pleasant experience. I do apologize for that. Try to remember not to do that. We did find the key. Look at it. It's a fucking cross. It's great. It said they did say under the cot, so fuck you guys for lying. Is this to the church or is it to the his house? Let's find out. Spooky, scary. I say it jokingly to mask my terror. Don't be scared. Okay. Whew, it's not scary. I almost cried there. I was really close. Church will be closed for the funeral of Andrew Reed. So the person buried in 97 implies the town continued for 2 more years after 4 people died. Scott, Trisha, Vivian, and Andrew Reed here. Whose funeral was in June 19th. Which is before Vivian died in July. I'm running out of space here for my notes. My notes. I think I can erase Wanda and Derek, all of them. I don't think I'm gonna forget what they're all about. Derek's pretty important, and we have pictures and stuff, so I'll just erase that. So if you forget it later, you know why. June 19th. Reed. That's not necessarily when he died, right? That's the funeral, but I don't think that distinction will matter. Okay, so the church closed before Vivian Roberts died? I could just take a picture of this, can't I? Let's do that real quick. Take a picture of that as well. Okay. Why not just have the lights on? Don't make me fucking do this. What's in this thing? I don't get it. I can open it, but it looks important. I don't know what it is. Bathroom. So I'm not religious, but I always thought it would be cool to work in a church, just because you're just doing your thing and you believe in it, and that's cool, and you're not working towards money, and that's why I've never really, in these small towns at least, obviously the big super churches, fuck you, but small town churches are usually I assume, I've never lived in a small town. I lived in the country and the city, not anywhere in between. I will stay at the cabin tonight. I don't need dinner. Scoot. Oh yeah, there's been talk of a hunting cabin, right? Old Scooter Mickey presumably died at the cabin, right? Because he did die. And if you went to the cabin, that's a good place for murder. Nope. My light was on. Well, check that out in a hot mo. God damn it. I went a couple episodes without saying it. At least give me that. A hard time believing these guys are 21. Ah, Scoot's diary. Alright, let's see what we had here. Take a pause and take a drink of water so that I could make it through this. 1985, okay. He would have been 50 years old? I'm kidding, he would have been 11-ish. I don't know if, obviously, Derek and Trisha were all exactly the same age, though I assume they were. Father Matthew, wait. Isn't Matthew his father, not his father? Father Matthew picked me up from the orphanage today. Okay. I was just joking about that, and wow. It's really sad. He's an orphan, and Matthew picks him up. He gets framed. I'm assuming it's not Scott, right? He gets framed for murder and then dies somehow. He said I will be staying with him for now, and I can call him Dad if that's okay with me. On Monday, he will bring me to sign something. He says that after signing, my name is not just Scott, but Scott Brooks. I am so glad I now have a home. Father Matthew brought me to the attic today. There are so many wooden toys, and he made them all himself. He asked me to choose one that I liked. I chose the toy plane. It looked so cool. He says he can teach me carpentry when I'm a bit older. He even made a secret space for me in my room so I can put my special treasures inside. I love Father Matthew. The older boys are always bullying me. They called me a bastard child and a weirdo. They said that that's why my own parents didn't want me. What does bastard mean? Ah, the days before the internet. How it's changed life. Simply an 11-year-old child would not only Google bastard, but he'd Google like bastard pee porn and have bastards peeing on each other. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? And I was exactly I was 11 in some age, late 90s. I don't know how old am I now? I'm getting to the age now. I was 11 1998. So the internet was just I had dial-up modem still, of course, because I lived out in the country. I think you could get cable if you lived in the city. It took 40 minutes to download one song and all that stuff, but did find out about porn. Slowly loading only pictures, mind you, but yeah, that was interesting. So to me, reading about pre-internet times is always just really, it's just it's a whole different world. It's we completely changed as people. We just haven't realized it yet because people like me haven't fully grown up yet. Which is saying a bit more than I meant to. I'm fucking 30 years old. God damn it. Father says I should be patient. We're getting this kind of game where I'm just reading out everything, and it's the only real sound I hear is my voice. It's just causing a lot of weird discussions coming out because I have to fill the void a bit. Not in a weird way. I'm not forcing myself to talk. It's just that it's kind of like the thing where in detective stories, when they're questioning someone, they always just will pause a little bit longer than natural so that someone will jump in and sort of just fill the silence, because we're not really comfortable in silence with strangers. I'm not comfortable in silence ever, which is weird because I'm normally a quiet person in real life. But I always have music playing. I always have something going on in the background. So there's not. I feel this happens in meetings too, where you go to these work meetings. Sorry, I mean this is gonna be what this playthrough is. I'm gonna chat with you guys a bit, and I assume you've given up by now if you're not cool with that. We're gonna go on strange tangents throughout this playthrough, because it's partly why I do this. But yeah, so the work meetings, you'll have these work meetings where, there's 5 to 10 people on the phone, on a call, and someone will ask a question, and people will just silently sit there, and I'll always jump in with something, even if it makes no sense and it's stupid, because I'm just even especially in a work situation, it's why are you wasting my goddamn time? Why are we sitting here in silence? There's no benefit to people sitting in silence on a stupid fucking phone call I don't want to be on anyways. So I'm going to fill that void with just something to help progress. It makes me super angry when people do that. Only work calls. If you want to sit here in silence in my apartment, that makes me super happy because it's my place. Don't talk to me. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Sorry about I'm gonna stop apologizing too. This is I've committed. This is what this is. We're just gonna go on weird tangents, and we'll make it back to the game. When we make it back to the game, deal with it. Father Matthew says I should be patient, but they threw stones at me. Father cleaned my wounds. It's painful. Father Matthew told me to forgive and forget. He said they don't know what they're doing. I like Father Matthew, but I hate the boys. This is weird because I have a lot of social anxiety, but you would think I was like bullied as a child. I wasn't. No one fucking picked on me. I've always been giant. I'm 6'4" now, and I've always been taller than everybody. Never stood out in any other degree besides being slightly intimidating because I'm a giant and quiet. So no one ever fucked with me. Which... I tricked you. I thought you thought I was going to say something insightful, and I just burped in your ear. Ha 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 ha. God damn it. Trisha defended me today. The boys walked away when she said her dad is going to catch them and put them in jail. I want to be like Trisha's father. He's not a cop. He's a mayor. I want to be the next Charles Roberts. That way no one will ever bully me. Derek is always there whenever Trisha invites me to play. He's 5 years older than me? 5 years older than me. How old is Trisha? So if he is 21, yeah, okay, that would somewhat make sense then. I don't know why Derek's like acting like a child though. He's like her bodyguard or something like that, and he's really good at drawing. He gave me one of his drawings today. He says he only gives drawings to friends. It kind of annoys me that he doesn't mention Trisha's age at all. I wish I could draw like him. Maybe I can make a wooden toy car for his next birthday? Oh, so he started making like wooden toys? Like his father? Oh, that's really cute. Alright, Scott. I'm going to prove your innocence. Although maybe it's already been proven, is why people are saying it's unsolved despite you being the initial... There are some dates marked on the... Oh, hello. Oops, oops, oops. Yeah. So he moved out on the 4th. I was meeting Trisha on the 17th. Trisha isn't the one who died, right? I'm so confused with the Trisha Vivian thing because... God damn it. Shit. Scott, no. They apprehended Scott. He was residing at the hunting cabin. He is coming home late on July 19th. Vivian Roberts' murder. Nothing about Trisha. Okay. I wanted to make sure, like, because we know Trisha died around the same time. So I wanted to make sure that one was Vivian and one was Trisha, but no, they're both Vivian. The whole Trisha thing is if we don't have enough information about her. We know she's in the hospital too. We don't know her age, like anything about her death. It doesn't seem like why are we solving Vivian's death, not Scott or Trisha's death? Oh, I wonder if Scott and Trisha killed themselves in the hunting cabin. What happened to Derek? He wasn't dead. None of the Tylers were there, right? Or maybe Wanda was, I don't remember. Oh, damn. I don't remember. Okay, I don't think we have any other keys. Well, we have the... Is the church key used up? Yeah, it is, okay. I thought maybe it would unlock all the other places, which would make sense. But we're going for a one-for-one thing where we use the key, it's gone. Fuck off, I would never sit in one of those things. Okay, I think we're all done here. We need to go to the cabin. We need, was there anything else? We saw the note about the cabin. We'll go there. There was really nothing else. We learned that Scott's adopted. So we could find out about his real parents somehow. We just don't know enough about her murder at all. Maybe we should go to the mansion instead of the hunting cabin? Are they near each other? These are the questions. I wish the loading screen should not be just black like that. It should be the map or some like that's one thing the Sherlock Holmes game did really fucking well, is the loading screen. Like you can sit there and work on your case while it's loading. That's great. The people who made that game, by the way, have a new game coming out that I'm really, really hopeful about. I won't say excited because I don't know if it's going to be good because, you know, I got pretty turned off on the Sherlock game. Though I'm going to go back and try that one for sure since I learned a bit more about it. But yeah, if the new game's good, I'll go back, I guess. We'll say that. Where's the hunting cabin at? 2 Old Creek Town? Farmer's Market? Where's the fucking hunting cabin? I guess we're going to the mansion. Let's see if there's a path into the woods. I assume it's near the mansion. That would make sense, right? I don't think we have any other addresses to go to. I think we're going the right direction. I guess I'll pause until I find the next place like usual. See you guys in a sec. In a sec. In a sec. Okay, I figured out why it doesn't pause when I click the pause button. Sometimes it's if I'm pressing any other button, it doesn't work. We're out here, I assume, not the hunting cabin, the mansion. Sort of just vaguely run in the direction and hope that I'm right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the mansion. I assume we can get in. I doubt there's a key. Such an important place. Like the hospital wasn't locked. Here we go. That is a mansion. Apparently for 3 people. I don't know, maybe there's a little boy or something that we haven't heard about because it's not really relevant. I guess we can go back here. I guess. What? You guys don't even have a pull or anything? Oh, we didn't go into the basement of the church, did we? Shit. I'm gonna write that down actually, because I'm gonna forget that I didn't go down there. Church basement. There we go. Ah! Bow wow 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 wow. Ah. Okay. Another diary of some kind. Well, I assume the code's gonna be somewhere in the fucking house. The garage. Oh, good. Door's bolted, so we definitely can't go in there. But the house? Wide open. You don't bolt the house. Kind of annoying, actually, that you can open these. If you're in this situation, would you actually be opening these? I'm not sure. 93. I've been here for almost 3 months. Everyone treats me well. Most of the workers have been here for a long time. Some as long as 30 years. Dorothy is probably the oldest maid here. She is really nice and is responsible for taking care of all the maids. She's always giving me snacks. What? The other oldest worker is probably Bernard, the butler. He's so serious I don't think I've ever seen him smile. Dorothy and Bernard don't talk much to each other. Butler. They have multiple maids and a butler in this tiny town. However, they are perfect when it comes to attending Charles's and Vivian's needs. I guess that's why they are in charge here. I notice Charles and Vivian are never together much either. Even when they are both at home. They don't seem happy. What is going on? Oh, is she a maid? Oh, she's a maid. So is this, hopefully it's Martinez? Vivian was passing by when I broke the vase. Vasi. I must have been really nervous because I stood there for God knows how long. I thought she would scold me or even fire me. Instead, Vivian invited me to have tea with her, and then she threw it in my face. She asked about my parents and what I wanted to do in the future. I told her I hoped to open my own deli someday. She said I could do anything if I set my mind on it and work really hard. Like me, she used to be poor. Now she's a successful businesswoman. I hope to be like her someday. Wanda is sick. I've heard she has cancer. It's been 2 months since I took over for her. Her son, Derek, stays with her whenever he is not driving for Charles. I feel sorry for them. Luckily, Mr. Roberts helps with their financial needs. I pray she gets well soon. Andrew shouted at me for walking on the grass, though I was sure I didn't step on it this time. He's always drunk anyways. Scott told me to ignore him. I'm not sure how he could be so patient, always taking care of Andrew and covering his workload. Okay, that's interesting, Scott and Andrew. I would have assumed that Scott was Andrew's son if I had not known that Father Matthew adopted him years ago. He's so nice and talented, not to mention handsome. If only he wasn't taken. Who the fuck is this? Ah. Yeah, Mary. Alright, she's the one who discovered Vivian's body. It sounds like she's like definitely not going to be the murderer, right? I saw the note. Don't worry, I'll go back to it in a sec. Don't worry. To-do list. Laundry duty today. Clean out the attic. Water the plants. Book Mrs. Roberts' appointment. Wash the windows. I don't think there's going to be anything relevant on that. Appointment. It doesn't matter though. There's no date. There's no names. Cool cars. I mean, it's a fucking mansion. Jesus. Well, you know, if I had a mansion, there'd be a goddamn TV. This whole wall would be a TV, actually. It'd just be a one big TV. Sideways. No, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I would do weird stuff if I'm rich. Slowly open these drawers. There was that note on one of these, so we gotta open them now. Fridges seem off limits, although people like to stick notes on them. Anyone delivering food to church on Saturdays, please lock all the doors and return the key under the fire. Ah ha ha ha! Just in case we missed the other one. Good job, guys. Anyone can break into your church. We just left all these packing things around. The whole town situation is a bit weird. I understand it's a gamey thing where we have to have stuff to investigate. There's like this certain journal's just like from 20 years ago left out in the middle. Again, I'm totally cool with you guys making me work for it a little bit. As long, I will say, you have to make it clear that this must be the Roberts family. Yep, he looks like a rich mayor to me. His hot blonde wife, his hot blonde daughter, and the saggy, crumpled man. Dr. Henry Johnson found drowned in vehicle at bottom of Cherry Creek Lake. Okay, is this a fifth person that died in 95? Henry Johnson, we haven't wrote his name down, but he was the doctor for like everybody. Body submerged in water for as long as 15 days. Burgundy car was found at the bottom of Cherry Creek Lake yesterday afternoon. A swimmer who chose to remain anonymous. July 13th. That's before Vivian's death. So, okay. A swimmer who chose to remain anonymous said he was driving on the lake. He was diving in the lake when he saw what appeared. Sorry, my brain's like going off in another direction while I'm having to read this out loud. What appeared to be a red car glittering at the bottom of the lake. He swam towards the vehicle and was shocked to see a body in the driver's seat. He quickly called the police. 3 hours later, the vehicle was pulled out of the lake and the body was identified as Dr. Henry Johnson. Based on the police report, the body has been in the water between 10 and 15 days. It's a couple weeks before her death. Painscreek Community Hospital confirmed that Dr. Johnson last checked in on June 28th. June 19th was Reed's death. So we had Reed, Johnson, and then Vivian Roberts, and then presumably shortly after Brooks, or Scott Brooks and Trisha Roberts. The hospital staff assumed he had left Painscreek for business purposes, which Dr. Johnson was known to do rather privately. So, funnily enough, Reed, who would be a pretty obvious suspect, died before everybody else. Dear Mrs. Roberts, on behalf of Jackson Lewis, we would like to thank you for appointing us to be Painscreek Community Hospital's medical provider. Jackson and Lewis. I assume we're not going to keep this, so let's grab this. Because we did have the insurance provider was listed on those notes we found, so maybe, I think, what I'm thinking right now, Henry Johnson was the doctor at the hospital, Trisha Roberts was there, as was Andrew Reed, and Hannah and Nicole, who we don't know who the fuck those are, and Harold, who we don't know who the fuck that is. But I assume one of those patient names we didn't recognize is going to be connected somehow to these guys, and he's going to be important to the instigating or, person who actually did the murders. So a link could potentially be Jackson and Lewis, because why else would that information be listed there for us? Sort of gamey type reasoning, I guess, but we're making connections. That's the idea. Okay. All right, we're kind of at time here, so I will end the episode. We'll start back with whatever, something else I found. Bye.